Hi Pisces, welcome to your month ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, I love you so much. Thank you so much for all of your support. It really does mean everything. With that said, if you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the month ahead has in store for you. What are your actions and interactions with the world at large seeing you do this month? Alright, so this month you got the Tower card, right? The Tower's been clinging to you guys like with absolute friggin' claws, right? The thing about the Tower card is it tends to see us cracking illusions, right? It sees us upsetting the balance in some way, shape or form, and it sees us letting go of illusions. The reason I say this is because the actions and interactions is what you do, and the Tower card is about things really it's about things coming to a sudden climax or a culmination or an end of some sort. You know, up it blows, down, up it goes, down it blows, up it blows, down it goes even, sorry. And the thing is, because your actions and interactions with the world at large position is all about what you do, right? The Tower card is basically saying wherever there are illusions, wherever there are things that haven't made sense, wherever there are things that no longer hold true for you, this is about you saying, look, you know what, I'm done with that experience and I'm no longer choosing to have it. And if you spot something, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in a personal sphere, that just doesn't feel right for you anymore, that's when you're going to basically say, you know what, I'm choosing to do what the Tower does. I'm going to destroy this what's the word? This. I'm going to destroy this structure in my life that is holding me back, right? That is actually something that I built up in my mind to be one thing and actually is something completely different. This is about you taking, taking a moment to really look at things and people exactly as they are, and that can only ever be a good thing. So your money and materials this month. Alright, so you've got the Hierophant card, right? Ruled by Taurus. This is the second major arcana card out as well, which is pretty amazing. So the Hierophant is about established rules, right? It's about the rules, the regulations, the society, and it's also about the structure of our lives. It's about the power that we have in our own lives to create the things that we want. In your money and materials, the Hierophant card represents the sign of Taurus, but in the money and materials sector, it's basically saying to you, what do you want to build now? Do you want more money in the bank? Do you want a different career? Do you what is it that you want? What is it that's going to give you that supposed word abundance or prosperity? What is it that you want? And more importantly, once you get clear on what you want, you can start to build the vision. So this is about clarity, right? Not just in terms of your actions this month, you're seeking clarity in your finances as well. This is about you saying, right, well, you know what? I want to establish myself financially. I want to establish myself in the real world, in the tangible stuff. This is fantastic, you know, it's such a really good card to get in that position. So your communications with the world at large, you've got the Five of Swords, right? Not an easy card because it can see us having a conflict. It can see us having a bit of as Michelle Knight calls it, argy-bargy. I really like that. It makes me laugh. But it does see you having some difficult conversations this month. Your communications is what you're saying and how you're saying it. The Five of Swords is about battle, right? It's about having moments where you have quite intense conversations with people, and it basically says that this month, because you're upsetting, or rather tearing down the illusions, this month you're going to be very forthright, Pisces. It's not something that we associate with Pisceans generally, but this is going to see you really kind of, saying what you mean and meaning what you say this month. And the Five of Swords could very well, the only thing I say to you with the Five of Swords is Don't let somebody make you behave in a way that isn't necessarily true to who you are, right? So and what I mean by that is, and I always give this example, if you're the sort of person that doesn't swear, when you argue with somebody and they make you start effing and blinding, you've kind of lost who you were within the space, within the scope of that argument, right? So don't let people push you or goad you this month, is what I'm saying. Now, the Hierophant, number 5, 5 of Swords, that's a double hit of 5 energy. There are changes coming for you this month, my dear Pisceans, whether you like it or not. There is going to be some kind of shifting of your life in some way, shape or form. Things are about to change, things are about to shift. And do you know what? I actually feel like it's going to be quite, what's the word that that guy used this month? Liberating. I really feel like it'll actually be, there'll be a lot of changes that actually work really well for you in some way, shape or form. I feel like a lot of you are laying down the law, kind of like, so it'll be interesting to see what comes up in your personal relationships. You got the 4 of Swords, so you're taking it easy, you're taking a break. This is about, the 4 of Swords is about rest, right? So if you are single, if you're a single Piscean, this is about you saying, so you've got the 4 and the 5 of Swords here, right? So this is interesting, because effectively you're taking a step backward, right? So this is, if you're single as a Pisces, this is about you saying, look, you know what? I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to take a moment to really figure out what it is that I want. And what I actually feel from this is you're getting very clear on the type of relationship that you've already had, and by doing that, and really admitting everything that it is or everything that it was or wasn't, you really move into this space where you go into this calm sort of ease, and then you move into this space where you can really decidedly act how you want to act, and ultimately draw in the type of people that are going to resonate with you. This isn't a month for relationships. I've said that across the board. I don't know why, but anyone that's single this month, this is not a month to build solid relationships. The energy just isn't there for it. It hasn't been in the cards apart from one sign this month. So I find that really intriguing. So for those of you that are partnered, this is about you taking more time. And I actually feel like for some of you, you're defending your partner. For some of you, it's almost like you're going to rush to your partner's defense and say, oh, look, you know what? You need to leave them alone. You need to back off. And the funny thing is, I won't mention that because it's just not relevant. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting month in terms of personal relationships for sure. So, your first week of the month. Sorry, these are much shorter readings this month, guys. Just I've got a lot going on at the moment, and I wanted to at least get something out to you. The World card right underneath the Tower. You are ready for a completely different experience. You are ready to level up in some way. And for some of you, this will see you, I'm seeing like a big clash of words coming this month for all Pisces in some way, shape or form. There's going to be something that really, like, I kind of feel like you guys are going to explode on some level. I really feel like this month there's going to be something that just takes you to that point and you're like, and everyone's like, who the fuck is this right now? Because Pisces don't really do that whole thing. That they might brood, or they might just ignore you for about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20 days. They might go quiet, but they don't really explode. So it's going to be interesting. This first week of the month could very well see you having that moment where you just kind of let rip at somebody. So I'm intrigued to see where that goes. And also with the Tower coming down and the World card as your first week of the month, this is about you redefining or resetting what's kind of like, right, from here, now that I've lost my shit and laid down the law, from here, this is where we go. This is what this is what I will accept, this is what I will not accept. But you're being very, very clear cut with it. Second week of the month, you've got the Chariot right underneath the Hierophant. I love that. That's a lovely little pairing. The Chariot is Cancer, the Hierophant is Taurus, right? So you've got fruitful energy working in your finances. The second week of the month could see you really having an upswing in that arena, and it could actually see you getting established in some way, shape or form. So anybody that works for themselves or works freelance, this could be very nice for you. Very, very nice. You could go from that and maybe you get a permanent gig, or maybe you get a long-standing contract with, a big company of some sort. For your third week of the month, you've got the Devil card, right, with the Five of Swords. Now, this I will say to you, my dear Pisceans, if there's something that you refuse to let go of, don't blame somebody else for you holding on to it. Right, and this is one of the things with this Five of Swords as well that I kind of said to you. There is going to be some intense conversations for you guys this month. But yeah, if there's something that you can't let go of or can't get past, don't blame the other person for it. You know, because ultimately it is yours to deal with. The fourth week of the month, you've got the Temperance card, so there will be peace. Right, once you've kind of had your little gremlin moment, you will come into a place where everything regulates. I think even for those of you in partnerships, if you have a blow up and you guys say, look, you know what, right, that's it, I can't be around you for a couple of days, it doesn't really feel like an issue at all, to be honest, because with the Temperance card at the end of the month, it basically says that you'll go off to your corners, have a little sulk, but everything in the end will actually be fine. So I don't see anything really too detrimental, but I do see you losing your shit over something this month, and it will be intriguing to see what it is. So your key to the month is the Justice card, right? So this is about you making decisions based on what it is that you want and what it is that you need, and ultimately this is about what you want, and the words that I'm hearing are what's fair. Right, and that's the thing with the Justice card. What you and I deem to be fair doesn't always come across, you know, from the heavens, so to speak. Now, the interesting thing about this, it's the key to the month. So this is probably going to be, you know, with you guys having your moment, this will be where you say, look, you know what, I actually feel like you've been very unfair to me, whether this is professional, platonic, personal, you know, across the board, whatever one of those it is. But there will be some sort of conversation this month where you kind of get quite heated and you say, look, actually, you know what, I don't feel like you're being fair with me. And that's fine, actually. You know, I commend that, because sometimes you know, that whole thing of self-preservation is the moment where you can say, look, actually, I don't feel like you're treating me fairly. So with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have an amazing month. Let me know how it shapes up for you. Try and hang on to your ish. If you need to do that whole thing, then absolutely do it. Own your space, claim yourself, but just remember that some of the stuff may not necessarily belong to somebody else. Some of it will be stuff that you need to look at internally. All right, have a good one. I'll see you soon.